In first grade, we are learning about the engineering design process, and so to have a fun winter spin on it, we gave students a challenge to build a tool to help them get down a slope, and we used recycled materials, and they had free rein to design it however they wanted.
So we were like trying to make sleds. We had to make so that they went fast. At first it went really slow, but when we added this plastic thing and some more people, it went way faster, and then that's how we won.
It's really nice to see them be able to have free rein to design things however they like, and I love seeing those aha moments when they watch another group who has succeeded and they realize what they could do differently to their design. And so many of them were able to do that today, where they kind of changed the material they used or they added weight to their design. And so it was really nice to see that they were finally getting the concepts that we have been learning.
We tried it out like a lot, and then we tried it out on the race, and then someone was trying with us, then we added one more detail.
Because I wanted them to see themselves all as engineers and all being successful and improving their own designs. And pretty much every team was, and even if their design didn't get better, they were able to verbalize what they should have done or how they would do it if they were given another opportunity. So I wanted them to just know that each person could go through the process and improve their own design.
Amazingly proud.
What does it mean to build a legacy, to leave a legacy? Hello, I am Dr. Justice, principal of Legacy Middle School. When you are driven to build a positive legacy, to leave a positive legacy, you are focused on building a future for yourself and others. Your actions and words are purposeful, and you are motivated to pursue those things that you value and those things that truly matter. Your contributions to the legacy and the positive impact you have on future generations is intentional and inspirational. It is my hope that Legacy students are empowered and feel confident to lead and inspire others in their school, community, and world. We opened our Legacy doors in August of 2020 to an amazing community of Lions. We want to thank our students, families, and staff and community for this amazing first semester at LMS. We appreciate the support of our superintendent, Mr. Jason Golden, our school board members, and our entire central office staff for making our school a reality. Please join me in our Golden Lion Creed. I am a Golden Lion. I am respectful towards myself and others. I am responsible for my words and actions. I am ready to learn and try new things. Each day I will lead, inspire, overcome, navigate, and serve in all I do. Let me hear you roar, Lions! Rah! At this time, I would like to introduce Mr. Jason Golden, Superintendent of Schools.
Thank you, Dr. Justice. I'm so excited to participate in the first ever virtual ribbon cutting for one of our schools. And this is special. It's special because it's virtual, but it's also special because our community here at Legacy Middle has been waiting for this school, not just during some window of time where we were building it. Our community has been waiting for years. And those of you who are students are able to participate in not only in this ribbon cutting, but actually in being on this campus and living on this brand new campus that our community has been waiting for. When I think of this community, Legacy, next door to Oakview Elementary School, I think of the drive. Over the years, parents have had to drive either to Page Middle, which is 9 miles away, or to Heritage Middle, which is 8 miles away, or in recent years to Thompson Station Middle, which is 7 miles from Legacy's campus. But what we've been able to do this time, even more so than just addressing growth, is to be able to put a middle school that brings the community together, something our community has been waiting for a very long time. So the geography is great. The drive is shorter for parents. When your children participate in extracurriculars after school, you're going to be able to get home quicker. You won't go through all that traffic that some of your predecessors might have had to go through. But more important, it's about the people. Dr. Justice is an incredible leader. She had some experience as a principal in the district, and we were able to select her to open this new school. And I think everyone knows, we're a semester in already when we're recording this, there's something special about Dr. Justice, just as there's something special about Legacy Middle School. I'm so excited we have the opportunity to do this ribbon cutting while school is going on, even after school has started, because those of you who would have been excited for the school opening now know the depth of what a big deal this is to have that new middle school open. You know your faculty, you know your teachers, you know your staff, and you know your administration, and I'm so proud of them. It's now my opportunity to introduce to you Nancy Garrett, the chair of the Williamson County Board of Education.
Thank you, Superintendent Golden. I'm Nancy Garrett, and I proudly represent part of this legacy feeder zone. And so there are really two things that come to mind when I think about today and think about this virtual ribbon cutting. The first is, I really want to say thanks to the people in this community who worked for years to get this school built. That includes parents that are currently here at Legacy. That also includes various people in the community. And I can't say enough how appreciative I am of your efforts. And the second thing is, I am really excited about the future of the school and to see what the legacy of this school will be. You have a great community, you have wonderful teachers, wonderful principals, wonderful families, and wonderful students. And it's going to be fun to watch this school grow. Thank you all, and now I'd like to turn this over to County Mayor Rogers Anderson.
Well, thank you, Nancy, for allowing me to say a few words today about the brand new school, the latest school. I think it's number 49, it may be number 50 in our school system. This started several years ago through a lot of the effort of the County Commission, the school board, and how we fund schools and projecting those schools out over a long period of time, so that we can integrate them in our system and pay for them in a very efficient and a timely manner. Most communities today are built around the schools, whereas years ago they were built around other things in our communities. They're certainly not built around these, and we hope someday we'll get these behind us and get back to school in a normal fashion, because it is important that the children attend our schools and be taught with the professionals that we've got. So congratulations again to the principal, to the teachers, the parents, and certainly all the students. And thank you to the school board and our county commission for working together to get this school opened up to address those needs. So now I'm going to turn it over to the guy that really handles the county commission, the chairman, Tommy Little.
Thank you, Rogers. Appreciate the introduction. At this time, I want to thank the county commissioners whose vote makes this new building possible. And I want to thank the school board who works with us in putting the budgets together that makes all this possible. Without us working together, new buildings like this could not be possible. You have a wonderful new facility here. We're welcoming you to it. And now back to Legacy Middle, and let's cut the ribbon.
Please welcome today to the gymnasium at Legacy Middle School, PTO representatives Alicia Vance and Misty Woodford, staff members, Mr. Creed, Mr. Barnwell, Ms. Downey, Mrs. McCain, Mrs. Mitchell, Mrs. Peak, Mrs. Weedle, Mrs. DeMello, Mrs. Eubanks, Mrs. Trudeau, Ms. Light, Mrs. Fowler. And please welcome students Emily Chambliss, Christopher Wright, Kamala Schwab, Quinn Kirby, Elizabeth Howard, Jack Dugar, Daniel Harr, Carter Harrington, Dakota Dickey, Simon Salvariaca, Chase Harris, Emma Whitley, Mallory Mankin, Henry Younger, Jake Page, Izzy Isaacs, Noel Ball, and McKenna Reiser. And now we will cut our ribbon for Legacy Middle School.
Hi everyone! For today's project, you're going to need to start with a square piece of paper. Ultimately, the size and color is up to you. I'm going to be using an 8-inch by 8-inch square piece of white paper, but feel free to jazz it up with some shimmery, sparkly paper, or maybe even some that has glitter. Step 1 with your square piece of paper is to fold your paper in half diagonally. This may take a little bit of time, but try to match up the corners and crease the best you can. For the next step, I make sure to rotate the paper so that the bottom side that does not open is facing me, and you are going to cut diagonal slits up towards the top. For your first time, I recommend only cutting 2 slits on each side. The more you cut, the more elaborate and the more fancy your icicles can become. After you cut your slit, make sure to not cut the other side too far up. Sometimes it's helpful to draw these lines in pencil first as a guide for cutting. If that's helpful to you, I say go for it. Now I'm ready to cut another slit on each side. Again, be careful not to cut too far towards the top, or you may cut your icicle into pieces. Carefully open up the paper and flatten with your hands. I like to flip it over and flatten on that side as well before the next step. You could use a stapler or some tape. For this example, I'm going to go with tape. Starting with the center, you're going to curl up the edges and secure. Let me hold this up so you can see what it looks like. I know it's kind of hard to see clear tape on white paper, and at first it does look a little bit wacky. Okay, once the inside edges are stapled together or taped together, then we're going to move on to the next layer. You're going to flip upside down and curl the next edges up to secure them as well. Again, if you would like to use a stapler, be careful. I'm going to stick with the clear tape for now. Now, the more slits you cut in your paper at the beginning, the more pretty layers you have on your icicles. For the next, let's flip again and repeat. Curl the next edges up to also secure with tape or a staple. Okay, here it is, your first icicle. At this step, I like to get a hole puncher, make a hole, and you can hang it with yarn or string. These are beautiful decorations, especially if you use different color pieces of paper. Now you could stop here and have some beautiful icicles, or you can make several icicles to combine them to create a giant 3D snowflake. I love when my artists challenge themselves. So if you would like to stick around and transform those icicles into an amazing snowflake, I like to use a stapler for this part. I start by stapling the edges of 2 or 3 icicles together. Then I carefully fit that stapler in to connect the sides as well. This just helps your icicles from drooping or sagging when you hang up that big, beautiful snowflake on display. We could also call it Mega Flake. As you're stapling all of these beautiful icicles together, think about ways that you can transform your snowflake with different colored pieces of paper. One year, my art club decided to make giant color wheels out of their snowflakes, and they were perfect for decorating the hallway. Okay, our final step is to staple the icicle clusters together. We are so close to being done with these amazing show-stopping snowflakes. Wow, and that's it. All of our hard work has finally come to this amazing ending result. These snowflakes are fantastic. Use that hole puncher, poke a hole. Depending on how thick your paper is, you could use string or yarn to proudly hang them. Take your time, do your best, and make great art.